while you have SIBO, as you're healing from SIBO, because maybe you're gaining weight and maybe it's muscle mass that you couldn't put on before. Because they do find that with gas production, whether it's hydrogen or methane, there's decreased muscle mass. So that you're not freaking out off the bat, understand what you're gaining. Maybe it's just water weight you're putting back on because you're eating more carbohydrates and those are going to pull water in with them. Maybe it's muscle mass. Maybe it is body fat. But again, it's one of those things, measure, don't guess, and just look at the number on the scale and freak out and say, I've
test,
gained
not
weight.
guess. What are you saying?
This is different. We're measuring. I encourage you to do that if you can. If it's accessible to you, measure your body composition while it's happening and just understand what you're gaining. And if it is body fat, work with a dietitian, work with a trainer to adjust what your intake looks like. You might need to play around with your macros a little bit, change up your workouts a little bit, because maybe what you were eating or what you were doing while you had SIBO isn't what's best for now, your full absorptive capacity. So have more information and that can help you really understand that.
Can I add to that really quickly?
Yeah.
And also it's what your expectations are of your body. Like I have to say, buddies of mine are watching the new movie, like a Deadpool Wolverine, and everyone's talking about Hugh Jackman in that. He's like 50 something. I think that's why everyone's talking about that. And he's like ripped beyond belief with like an 8-pack and just, I think there's a scene in there where he's just ripped, right? I haven't seen the movie yet. But you guys can let me know in the comments down below if you've seen it. But it's like, man, yeah, part of me is like, this dude's 50 something and looks like that. Man, you look at your body in the mirror, you're like, man, you're comparing to that. And we tend to do that because that is what we'll see in movies and in media and on social media. But it's like, what is realistic? And when you come to realize and knowing what we know and being in the field we're in, that is not a sustainable body, right? It's not even sustainable for Hugh Jackman if he was 20 something, right? So yes, there are some genetic freaks out there, but for the average person, that is not a sustainable body. So what your goal is, what your objectives are with your body, it's very important that they're realistic for your life, for your body type. And like Dahlia said, to measure, not guess, and to understand what your body's going through. And that's also a great point.
Because remember, with these actors or models especially, or, people you're following on social media, it's their job to look that way.
Yeah.
So they spend hours a day exercising, weighing their food, meal prepping, or having meals prepped for them. If you have a job on top of that, you have a family to take care of on top of that, it's not realistic for you to expect it to also be your job to have an unhealthy body composition or unrealistic to maintain body composition. Always keep that in mind as well.